Hi guys, this is Reuben from Barratts Music here. I'm just here today with Trizo. He's a Vox endorsee that we've had down for a clinic, and he plays in a couple of Australian bands, so we're just going to have a chat to him, talk about his past and his background and what he's doing currently with music. So how you going, man?
G'day man, how are you?
Good. So firstly, man, can you just tell us about how you first got into music and playing guitar, and how you got inspired?
Inspiration came from, I can thank my mum for that one. She wouldn't let me watch TV as a kid. Oh, sorry, first rookie mistake. Phone off in interviews, ladies and gentlemen. She wouldn't let me watch TV, so we had a beat up record player, and that's what I did, sat there and played records. And my first record was Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms, and I didn't really know what I was getting. I just got it. I think I liked the cover.
Yeah, that's it.
And ended up connecting to more so the music than the guitar playing. Growing up for me, it wasn't like the guitar necessarily stood out, as music as a whole stood out.
Yeah, cool. So from those records that you sort of listened to, was there any big influences that came from that's influenced your sound?
Well, my next tape was, that was my record. My first tape I got was AC/DC's Who Made Who, and that definitely changed my whole life. I'd get in trouble on a weekend because I'd wake up and put my school uniform on so I'd look like Angus. I'd get in trouble, take your school uniform off. It's like, no! So I thought I had a bit of attitude back then, but I suppose AC/DC was a really big thing for me, and then going into the 80s, the whole Guns N' Roses, Metallica thing creeping up, and then obviously the 90s of all the from Alice in Chains to just great songwriting bands. That's what I connected to. I just loved the great song. I didn't care if there was a big guitar riff or not. For me, it was the whole package, and that's how I still write. I don't kind of write, to just get a riff, my point across. I'm happy to play one chord once if the song's good.
Yeah, cool, man. So coming from there to what you're currently doing now, what are you involved in at the moment?
Mate, at the moment, Dead in a Second is my number one priority. And I'm recording the new record now. So we had quite a few releases last year, and just want to you look at some of the old and the old days, like Zappa. I mean, how many records? So it's like I just want to get rap music out.
Yeah,
that's my priority, and obviously touring helps with that. So we're going to go and do a tour called Festival in Your Lounge Room this year at the end of February. Go out and do some dates and test the waters with the new songs and that kind of thing, and then release the record. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, sounds like it, man. That's cool. Sounds pretty busy. Speaking of touring though, that you brought up there, I read that in one of your previous bands, Kill the Capital, did you guys play the band's Warp Tour?
Yeah.
Was that in the US?
Yeah.
That league? Yeah. What's it like playing, US shows versus, Australian gigs? Do you find a comparison there, or is it?
To be honest, the standard here is very, very high.
Yeah.
And I think we all think that America, is this big jumping castle covered in icing, where I'm sure it is when you're at certain levels, but I've played with some big American guys, and they're incredible people and incredible players, but they just they're awesome. But to answer your question, the Warp Tour for me was it kind of seemed like it was a bit all over the shop. That was just my opinion of it. Where if it was here, it'd be everything, there'd be a lot more detail.
Yeah.
So, and you find like some of the biggest shows over there as well, it's kind of, they're very relaxed where, just rock up with your gear. 5 minutes before, you put your gear on, you play and you get off. And then the next band gets on, it's like, what?
Yeah.
What, we just wait outside with all our gear? Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
so it's not maybe not as structured. As
that's
obviously.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't realise how we got to remember why do we have so many US artists and bands coming over here, because they love it.
Yeah. Yeah, cool, man. So obviously you're a Vox endorsee.
That's right.
And the amps you play are the big 50 watters, the night trains.
The night trains, yeah.
And you play them through the 2x12s.
Four.
Each in stereo. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
right.
4 all up.
Yeah.
So obviously not the first thing that pops to mind when you think hard rock night train, but,
I know,
but
yeah.
what do you love about it? What makes you grab the night train and use that?
Well, it's unique. I mean, I don't know many players that are playing it.
Yeah.
And when I first kind of had a meeting with Vox, and we talked about things, and I was actually on tour in Melbourne. We went and had a meeting, and it was pretty cool. And then, so I spent some time sort of YouTubing, and they had just come out, and they had the NAMM thing in America, and these amps were getting all these reviews. Anyway, I had dug a little deeper into it, and just thought it's got the tone quality of a Vox, obviously.
Yep.
But it has power. Like,
Yeah.
it has the thump, and it's not your usual Vox rig, having
Yeah.
4 half cabs and running a stereo kind of thing like that. But it works for me, and I said to Vox, I love all the stuff, but my gear, what I need, it's a very, very big sound. And so once that all went down, I remember we were playing in a hi-fi bar in Melbourne, and all the Vox people came to see it for the first time, with the rig and all that. And I was petrified. You know what I mean?
I reckon, man.
They're just standing there, sort of, this better be worth it kind of thing. But I got the approval at the end, which was great. And I, not saying this in an egotistical way, but I get a lot of comments on the guitar tone.
Yep.
And that's from Vox.
That's Vox.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I guess to wrap it up, man, talked about kind of where you've come from, where you're going, what you use. Just to wrap it up, for any young guys out there, any young musos who want to do music and perform and tour and record and do the whole thing, what's your best advice for someone like that in terms of being able to make it, if you like, or really give it a good crack?
I think you can have a player that sits in his room and practices 10 hours a day. It doesn't mean anything if you're not a nice person. People won't work with you.
Yeah.
The word will get out that it's not pleasant to work with you. It's kind of a little bit difficult, do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what gear you got, in the beginning. Get the gear that's right for you. So it's not about owning, 15 guitars and this huge stack of things and 1,000 pedals. That isn't you. You got to connect as a person, and then I've always said that your playing is an extension of your personality. So my advice would be to just do it right, be honest, and be a good person, and the rest will follow.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Thanks very much for your
Thanks
time.
for having me, Reuben.
No
Thank you,
worries.
Barratts, again, and of course Vox in your beautiful town. Catch you soon.
Thanks for watching, guys.